The Xiaomi Mi 4 has impressed everyone with its extremely sophisticated manufacturing process and powerful hardware internals, while maintaining an affordable price tag. How does it compare to its predecessor? Let's find out in this comparison video of the Xiaomi Mi 4 versus the Xiaomi Mi 3. The Mi 3 is still one of the most powerful smartphones in the market and selling hot in Xiaomi's online store. It is also one great looking smartphone that truly differentiates itself from the other Chinese smartphone makers. Though we really adore the Mi 4's build quality, one can't simply deny that the design is simply inspired from one product, the iPhone. While Xiaomi has been trying extremely hard to convince people that the Mi 4's design isn't blatantly copied from the iPhone, the Mi 4 does indeed have a more polished metal frame and a more sophisticated, solid unibody construction if you get the chance to feel its raw material. Moreover, the Mi 4 is built upon the Redmi Note's design foundation. You may also find the Mi 4 looking slightly cheaper to the Mi 3 with its plastic exchangeable back cover, and it feels much more slippery to hold as well. Similar to other Chinese smartphone makers, Xiaomi always tend to emphasize specs with every new smartphone release. The Mi 4 gets a major specs bump from the Mi 3, which now features a Snapdragon 801 2.5GHz quad-core CPU and 3GB of RAM, an improved 5-inch Full HD display by JDI, up to 64GB of eMMC 5.0 internal memory, 30MP and 8MP f1.8 Sony XMOD-RS front and rear cameras, and a 3080mAh battery. Our Mi 4 is a China Unicom variant, while the official retail unit will be a FDD LTE variant. The phone is missing NFC, but now features a built-in IR blaster. One of the great improvements in hardware over the Mi 3 is simply the reduced bezels of the display. If you have huge hands, you won't find any issues navigating around and typing on the phone one-handed. The display of the Mi 4 is also brighter than the Mi 3 on outdoors and have the same great viewing angles. Both devices are currently running on Android 4.4 KitKat along with MIUI version 5. Though a beta version of MIUI version 6 is already available, we are not upgrading to make this comparison fair. Our Mi 4 runs on the Chinese official firmware, while the Mi 3 runs on a localized firmware. Unfortunately, we have to report that the Mi 4 doesn't feel faster than its predecessor. In fact, we only managed to spot minimal differences in app launch speeds and gaming. Unless you're intending to buy the grey import of the Mi 4, we simply recommend to stick with the Mi 3 until its official debut here. And thus, we can't judge if the current phone we have is performing at its optimum level, as we encounter app crashes at times. Battery life on both devices are almost similar, but our own Mi 4 tends to have its power drain faster on the cellular data at times, which could be due to an unoptimized radio software. The camera hardware is what differentiates the Mi 4 from the Mi 3. Both the rear and front-facing cameras of the Mi 4 is equipped with Sony's XMOD-RS sensors with a huge f1.8 aperture and a fast 0.3ms autofocus speed. The camera app has also been improved with more features compared to the Mi 3. Image exposure can be adjusted after tapping to focus, and you can tap on the same spot to take a picture. There's also a refocus mode that lets you create a bokeh effect on your pictures. In terms of picture quality, both smartphones take decent pictures outdoors. The Mi 4 tends to be better in close-up shots thanks to its large aperture. Unfortunately, both phones aren't great at taking indoor shots. The front-facing camera of the Mi 4 and the Mi 3 takes generally good selfies, but the Mi 4 takes the crown with 4 times the resolution and a very much larger aperture. Well, is the Mi 4 a worthy upgrade for the Mi 3? Not really. The Mi 3 is still a very powerful smartphone despite of its slightly dated specs and has a more reliable software experience compared to the Mi 4. The Mi 4 is still a beautiful piece of hardware. It has a killer hardware design, powerful hardware internals, and great cameras. It makes it difficult to resist from buying one, and the phone simply begs to be noticed. If you are eager to try out Xiaomi smartphones or upgrading from lower-end smartphones, we would advise you to hold on for the Mi 4's official release here. However, if you are already rocking a Mi 3, there isn't much reason to upgrade, unless you are looking for an improved photography experience and LTE network support. That's it for the comparison, and thank you very much for watching this video. More comparisons and the full review of the Mi 4 are coming right up, so stay tuned. and subscribe to our YouTube channel while following us on social media. We'll be back soon with more gadget reviews.